Well, thanks for having me here. I'd like to start by I wanted to correct Urban this morning, Urban from E.ON. He said that his coworker, Jona, was the tallest guy in the room, and I walked up to Jona during lunchtime, and we agreed on the tie, I think. So we're both the tallest guys in the room, I guess. Well, I'm here to talk to you about FutureWatt. FutureWatt is our new startup. We launched it in May 2012, and what we do is we bring better energy to German households and to businesses. And how do we do that? Well, we control the design, the financing, and the operation of distributed energy. So we're all about distributed energy. Just like to kick it off, we feel we're in the right market. We have a B2B segment, and we are going to launch a B2C segment. So the B2B is in operation since May this year. B2C, as an internet platform in German, Heizkostensenken.de, is going to launch in December. And if you just look at the B2C market, there it is a heat market. And we have this Energiewende, the energy turnaround here in Germany. And funny enough, it's all about electricity at the moment. Nobody's talking about heat. And heat is by far the larger market that we have here. Heat for households is 90 billion euros a year. And if you compare that to one of the segments we're in, so mid-caps and manufacturing, that's a 5 billion energy market. Well, a significant market too, but nothing compared to the household market. So we're in those two segments. Funny enough, also in Germany, quite an efficient country, 10 to 16 million of the heatings, of the 20 million heatings we have in this country, are either out of date or end of life or not up to standards any longer. And then on the electricity side, and there we're talking about our B2B business, the pain of our customers is very clear. They pay electricity prices the second highest in Europe behind Italy. Denmark is up there too, but that's of course bad news for an export-driven economy like Germany. Well, we feel we have the right business model because we say it is one market, we are one business, but we have two go-to-market strategies. One is in the B2C market that we say, we want to be the first seller of heat in Germany to customers. And that is true, because at the moment you can't buy a kilowatt hour of heat in Germany. What you can buy is a heating, you can buy gas, you can buy pellets, you can source the plumber, but nobody's selling a kilowatt hour of heat to you. So we take all these components and put them into a price, and that's what we offer. On the B2C side, we are the first provider of customized utilities, because if you think about it, and we are talking to quite a lot of large real estate companies, the retrofitting in Germany, which is a necessity to reduce energy costs in Germany, heating costs of buildings, is really stuck. We are not even close to the rate of retrofits that we want to have in Germany. And the reason for that is very simple, because there's almost no incentive for a real estate owner to retrofit a building. And we can solve this by having our customized utilities, which are profit-driven entities and thus assets that can be sold off. So you have a profit, so you generate profits out of your own energy savings if you want. We're going to show you how we do that. And then lastly, the right team. Altogether, the three founders, and Jan mentioned them, we have an experience of 15 years in the energy markets altogether, 7 years in the internet market. Actually, Florian, one of the co-founders, he founded Germany's first electricity comparison website back in 1999. So that's quite a long time ago. And then 5 years in brand building also altogether. So we have quite a lot of components together that we need to be successful in this market. Well, experience of a couple of startups too, and we have advised some of the really large companies in the world. Just quickly on the market, and I see you have to hurry up a little bit actually. So click quickly on the market. So on the left-hand side you see a real case. That's a real customer case. So that's an existing project. And that customer, a bit more than 30 million net sales, that's an energy-intense company, and they are spending, their electricity price is 150 euros at the moment for the megawatt hour. With us, that came down to a little bit more than 100 euros. And if you look at the trajectory of the next 10 years, it looks quite, we have average savings of 550,000 a year. That's altogether more than 5 million for them, and that's obviously quite a big delta in their bottom line. Then on the B2C side, I mentioned those numbers. Main message here is for being quite an efficiency-driven economy, it's surprising to see how bad the numbers are in the housing market in Germany. On the team I was talking about already, but we got also some more support. If you look to the bottom right, and like we say, so it's one market one company, but 2 go-to-market strategies. So on the bottom right, you see our 4 latest additions to our team. Because it's a B2C segment, and when we launch our website, it's going to happen in a couple of weeks, early December, you will have 4 guys, 4 testimonials that break down this, in the end, quite complex product that we have, break it down into a language that is applicable for consumers. But what's important is B2B and B2C, they are based on the same skills, which is the design, the financing, and the operation of distributed energy solutions. Just a case study, and that shows how we do it. How do we generate equity for our customers? Well, we take the savings, we say we have transfer prices, and those are negotiated with the customer. The customer then has an offtake contract with it, the SPV, so the energy utility, the mini utility we are founding, and thus we have a recurring cash flow on that utility, which basically means we have created an asset, and that asset can then be sold off to investors. And that is, in German legislation, that's a tax-free equity. So that's one model. We like to take an equity stake, actually, so we are talking to one of the really large real estate companies in Germany, and we are quite close to signing a JV with them, and they like that, because of course that's shared risk, and we always stay on board as a management company. Now going to heizkostensenken.de, to our website presence. Very much the same components. So what you always need is you always need a hardware, you always need a financing concept, you always need a fuel, and you need a service package, so maintenance and installation. And all that exists. So that's, in one of the earlier presentations we had that, but the market at the moment thinks in silos. So again, nobody is selling a kilowatt hour of heat to German customers at the moment in the residential market. We will be the first one to do that. So it all comes together there, and in the end, of course, the benefit for our customers, less euros, less CO2. And we're a little bit like a Groupon, if I may say. So it's in the end, it's an offline-based model, but with a very strong component of it starts off as an online customer acquisition. And so the comparison and the transparency that we provide is online-based. And from a so to say intellectual or thinking point of view, how we got to that concept, we said, well, we have that project-based B2B segment, but how can we bring that to B2C? And of course it has to be about transaction cost reduction. So we simply can't afford to have that kind of overhead that we have for B2B customers, for B2C customers. And the answer today is, of course, to have an online model. So we try to bring as much as possible in an online process, be it through app-based verification of the solutions that are installed and the management of the process until operation. But of course, there's a strong offline component to it. And that's just my last slide, is a bit about the vision, because we are in distributed energy, and that is done by the Fraunhofer Institute, and which shows the load curve, that's electricity again, the load curve of the electricity consumption in Germany throughout a year. So that's 8,760 hours mapped on that graph. And the green one is renewable energy or renewable electricity production, the total of it. And it shows that we will have even days, it's actually 400 hours a year, where we will have more renewable energy in the grid than we actually consume. And then there are days like this cold, or well, this gray, non-windy November day where we will have basically no renewable energy. So we are going to need a lot of flexibility in our generation. And that is at the moment, because I don't really buy into the storage case, that at the moment is going to be gas. And what we are building distributed gas plants. Thank you very much.
Philipp, I think we need to install a basketball court next time here for you and Jona to play it out, who's really the tallest. Are you raising money at the moment?
Well, we are here. We are also at different conferences. I think we would like to start conversations. In Q2 2013, we will be looking at some seed financing. At the moment, it's where we have cash flow, and of course we put in some of our capital. The moment that the consumer platform kicks off, we're definitely going to need a lot of working capital, because it's going to go through our balance sheet.
Yeah, and you want to do some heavy marketing, huh? Yeah. To get some user masses coming to you.